I'm Natasha, one of the co-founders of Hire, and today for our third HIREside chat, I'm joined by Ellie Steele, who I'm going to let her introduce herself because she's, as well as a day job, she gets involved in lots of other things too, so I'm not going to be able to do it justice, so over to you.
Hi, so I'm Ellie and I'm the sales and marketing manager at Georgian Hotel, which is a beautiful small boutique hotel in Pimlico in West London, and it's a family owned hotel, and yeah, I've got quite a small team here and we're very tight knit as well.
Perfect. And so what's your story? How did you find yourself in the world of hospitality?
So I'd always enjoyed hospitality from a young age, even like hosting with my mum, and I thought that I wanted to be a chef. So I did work experience way back when I was in high school at a nice local restaurant. And as much as I enjoyed it, I realised the restaurant side wasn't for me. But then when it came to applying for universities, I kind of went back to that idea again. I decided that actually I did want to kind of go into hospitality. So I went to the Edge Hotel School, which is kind of like it's a 2-year fast track degree, and you work in a hotel for 2 years alongside your academic studies. So yeah, I went to the Edge Hotel School, and then I started kind of networking on LinkedIn. And I also had a consultancy project, which is how the kind of connection between me and Georgian House popped up. I did a presentation for our old general manager at the time, and then we just kind of stayed in touch after I graduated. And then he kind of mentioned the opportunity for this new role at Georgian House. And yeah, I couldn't believe it. I was so excited by the idea of it, kind of terrified as well. But yeah, and then I just came for an interview and met the team, and then that's just how it all began, really.
And did you study marketing as part of that course, or was it just something that you actually loved?
No, so I'd never studied marketing. Well, there's elements of the course that were kind of random marketing kind of modules as such, but I think everyone's always surprised because I don't have a marketing degree as such. All my kind of knowledge is relevant to just kind of hotels, is kind of where my passion lies. But yeah, it was new to me because most of my academic studies was very hotel related, and there's so many things I've learned since going into this role that I had no idea even existed before. So yeah, I've just kind of like picked it up and learned as I go, really.
And so you don't just do the day job, you do, in terms of outside of work, you inspire me often. I know I've said this to you in the past in terms of kind of fangirling you on social, but you have a food life as well, don't you, as well?
Yeah, so I do lots of like Instagram vlogging, which everyone, I think nowadays, I know people like my sisters here at school and stuff, it's like everyone wants to be a vlogger now. But I just started doing it because it was such a great way to connect with people in industry, like lots of chefs, other restaurants, lots of other people in marketing, and like I just kind of use Instagram as like an inspiration tool. And then I started doing videos and stuff, and I got such good reaction. I was like, you know what, I enjoy watching other people's content and stuff, so why don't I just share what I do at Georgian House and in my personal life, because there's so many fun things that you do in hospitality all the time that you kind of don't think about but are really interesting to other people. So yeah, and also I get to kind of do my foodie thing but without the pressure of like a high stress kitchen environment, which is nice.
And as I said, you inspire me. Where do you get your inspiration from?
Oh, I actually did some training with a social media consultant called Alison from Avocado Social. And it was when I started chatting to her and I did a training session with her that she gave me so many great ideas, loads of other kind of relevant brands to follow that I kind of look at now as inspiration. So Alison played quite a big part in kind of changing my mindset on social media and looking at it as more of a kind of tool. So yeah, definitely Alison. And then just loads of foodie accounts. My feed is just constantly food accounts or other great kind of boutique hotels as well. Like obviously Soho House, their content's incredible. Other brands like kind of artist residents. But I think it's really important to be kind of as authentic as possible. So with Georgian House, I try and do a little bit of fun and a little bit of kind of professional, because that's more kind of our brand.
Amazing. And predominantly this will go out to our community of recruiters who will probably be responsible in some capacity for social media from a careers perspective, but we're not always naturally marketers. Can you give us any top tips that we can use when it comes to social?
Definitely. So obviously, like, organic is always best. You can advertise on LinkedIn, and it's slightly more expensive than other socials, but the most value that I've got through is through connecting with people and looking at kind of who you want to connect with and just going for it. Like, don't be shy to send them a message. Also, it's good to look through their contacts and see who they're following, and just kind of really use it to like look at who's out there and what they're doing. I think it is really important to have, particularly if it's more the corporate side, to have great quality. So you shouldn't really be putting out any images or content that doesn't really represent your brand or kind of the quality. Like, if you're looking for an applicant, then you need to make sure that it looks really professional. But also fun and different. I think there's so many brands out there that are kind of churning out the same stuff, and we're all guilty of it. I'm definitely guilty of it at times. But yeah, just not being afraid to be different, I think. And you can provide kind of teasers, so like something of value to that individual person, so that they feel like already they're going to get something out of it.
Definitely, I love that. And you've had obviously a really incredible career, going into the role that you have, straight from kind of studying. So and you said that you've learned a lot along the way. What would you say would be the biggest thing that you've learned as part of your career?
There's so much, because I got the job when I was 20, I think 20, and I didn't really have any idea that kind of my biggest achievement would be my progression, which is kind of thanks to the people I've been around, like my general manager at the time, my general manager now, and obviously our owner Serena. So the progression in itself for me is like a big thing to be proud of, and the kind of opportunities, like saying yes to things. But if I had to pick out one thing, it would be reasonably recent. Recently we launched our second property, Victorian House. So I felt kind of really proud and lucky, to be involved in the launch and the opening. And it was something I hadn't done before. I had no kind of real experience doing an opening before, or being part of an opening. And so I kind of took on the role of managing the website build, all of the content, the imagery, like photo shoots, all that kind of thing. And we also were launching a new website for Georgian House at the time. So it was a very kind of intense few months, but I learned so much from it. And when the hotel opened in March, and when it was open, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that. It was a crazy few months, but that for me is the biggest achievement, to be able to do or work as part of an opening team kind of reasonably early into my career. I think is a massive achievement for me.
It sounds like your employers are like incredible. They give you a lot of trust to be able to be you and bring your ideas to life, which sounds like a great place to be.
Yeah, I used to be really, really shy actually. And then when I started at Georgian, it just kind of, because the environment is so relaxed and everyone has like a real kindness here, I think it means that for me, it's kind of the environment I thrive in, because it's really encouraging, and there's no real boundaries in the sense of, if there's something you want to do or try, I've always been kind of encouraged to do it, which is really great.
That's great. And do you have a piece of advice that you would give to your younger self? I say younger self, you are still incredibly young.
Definitely. I think for me, the issue is kind of, don't compare myself. I used to compare myself when I started working a lot and think, oh, I haven't got a marketing degree, how can I do this? But kind of give myself credit where it's due. Like, I have hotel experience and I understand hotels, and having the confidence to say yes to things as well. For a long time when I first started working, I wouldn't necessarily always feel comfortable saying yes or going to events and networking things. And I think once you push yourself for a little while, it becomes kind of natural. But yeah, I definitely regret not working on my confidence earlier, probably. And I've still got a long way to go, and I hope that the confidence comes with time, because I still can't believe that I feel so lucky to have this job still. But yeah, and not to draw comparisons between where I work in a small boutique hotel compared to, Marriott or a Hilton, where they've got larger teams of people kind of marketing and such. So yeah, just kind of focus on what I'm doing and kind of block out the outside noise.
Yeah, it's incredible the stuff that comes out of Georgian House, and I'd urge anybody to give you guys a follow to get some more inspiration. But you wouldn't believe that it's kind of, is it just yourself that's in marketing?
Yeah, so just me. Yeah, I try and keep on top of things. I have one team member who helps me with socials, and he's really talented and he has a great social following as well. But yes, it's just me, but lots of inspirational people around me to help.
And so if anybody wants to follow you, where can they find you online?
So Georgian, it would be Georgian House LDN for Instagram, and I would say, because I'm kind of millennial, I'm always on Instagram over probably more of the other platforms. That's where we get the most engagement. But yeah, you can also find our socials via our website. And yeah, you'll probably see all my other accounts liking the Georgian House stuff and vice versa. So you'll quickly see the connection when you find Georgian.
Perfect. And I've just got one other question to ask you. It's a bit of a different one, but what's keeping you sane at the moment during lockdown?
Oh my gosh, good question. I hope I appear sane right now. I think just checking in with people, like our head of people and culture, she's been fantastic. Like she's been checking in with everyone, making sure everyone's okay. Same with my general manager Florence, and also Serena's checked in with me, just having like a little phone call here and there. And staying productive for me is quite a big thing. I think my sleeping pattern's gone a bit out the window, but I've been trying to get up and keep a regular routine.
Yeah. It's hard
Yeah,
because we're like, so I think especially in hospitality, it's literally from the moment you walk into that property until until the end of the day, and even then you don't ever switch off, and it's so high intensity that I find that I feel tired, and then I get into bed at like 11 o'clock, and then I haven't had enough stimulation, so I'm like, what now?
yeah, that's so true. I was going to say, actually, one of the reasons I like my job so much is because I'm still in that buzzing kind of environment. Like I think I'd be far less creative if I wasn't like in the thick of everything that's going on all the time. And I definitely relate to you with that one. Yeah, especially if you had such a great day and you've had loads of exciting things going on, and you come home and you're kind of like, oh my gosh, how do I relax after that?
That's it. But I would just want to say a huge thank you for being involved. It's been a really great interview. We really appreciate it.
You're so welcome. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much.